What's going on today, guys? I'm back again with another random game from my collection, and today I'm playing NHL 2K6. So just like the NBA game that I played a few games back, this one was also in the same series of games that came out at 1999. This game came out in 2005. Played on the original Xbox, so this game did come out on the Xbox as well. And it was actually the first hockey game to come out on the Xbox 360. But yeah, this version was $19.99 US. Same with the PlayStation 2. Funny enough, the Xbox 360 version was $59.99. So I don't know if I have the 360 version of this. I'll have to double check. I don't think I do, but I'd be curious to kind of like compare the two and see what the difference is. So this should be a pretty quick stream, nothing too wild. I think that I'll just play an exhibition game of it, see how it runs. I had to turn the music off just ahead of time just to make sure that this video doesn't get taken down after. But yeah, let's dive in, let's take a look. NHL 2K6. I think I've played this one before, maybe with buddies just for fun. So I think for fun, let's see if I can pick. Of course, I'm going to be Toronto. I also, a fun fact about this too, is I must have the US version of this game because in Canada and Europe, they have Matt Sundin on the cover, and I don't have Matt Sundin on the cover, so I'll have to check to see. I think I might have a couple versions of this game, so or a couple copies of it, so I might actually have the Matt Sundin version as well. I'll do Toronto against, let's go old-fashioned Ottawa. So I didn't look at any of the controls or anything like that. I'm just kind of just winging it. Of course, I did turn up the speed. Length 5 minutes. Do penalties on. Offside, auto, yeah, fighting. Brought the fighting up a little bit too, just to make it a little bit more fun. Overtime, I kind of like when, if you can do it. Let's just do continuous 4-on-4, I guess. And yeah, so I'll just play a game here. We'll take a look at the game and see how it runs and see if it still stacks up by today's standards. Hockey games tend to feel pretty good, even the older ones. Yeah, this game does have a little bit of like you can kind of control the game. You can do some coaching with the D-pad. I won't be doing any of that because I'm no good at that stuff and I really don't know what any of it means, so we'll keep it easy.
Ottawa, home of the Senators, for this 2K Sports Network broadcast of the National Hockey League.
For the original Xbox, it doesn't look bad. I mean, this is probably the last, I'm not sure, but this is probably the last hockey game to come out on the original Xbox. This game came out around, I think, September of 2005, and then the Xbox 360 version came out in November. Which, funny enough, this is actually the highest rated version of this game. So, like on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Xbox 360, the original Xbox is the highest rated version.
What a combination this is when you factor in their speed.
And what are the odds that I get a sports game twice in the first 10 games that I'm playing, and they're both the 2K series, and they're both around that same time where they were 1999, trying to be competitive with EA. I don't know if EA has the exclusive license to hockey anymore, but if they do, it's a shame because it's good to have competition. So see how I do here. It's been a... I'm assuming it's very basic. It's not going to be like NHL is now, where you're using the stick all the time. I don't even know what it is to hit.
He shoots. Close call, using the stick too much. Oh, and a chance for Ottawa now.
Seems like B.
Leach checks him at center ice. Now the Maple
R for speed burst.
He took away the bottom of the net.
See how the cross crease goes.
In the neutral zone.
Oh, how did I not even grab that?
You have to love the way this guy hits. He finds his target, zeroes in,
call for help.
Finishes him
I'm not
off.
going to do any of that. It's in a cross crease.
Stops it. He was aiming bottom left, but no room.
I gotta remember that too, that I'm playing with penalties on. Normally when I'm playing a hockey game, I'm playing with Brody, and we're playing with no penalties, the most fastest that we can go, arcade style, just smashing each other the whole game. So I gotta try not to hit the goalie. I gotta try to go back to playing by the rules.
Here he took the puck right in the body.
And one more heart-wrenching scoring chance goes down in the books as a great save. controlling it in the corner. Knocks that shot away with a goal stick.
This is a stick save, and a pretty good one off that wrist shot, Bob. We know it's tough to pick it up when it comes off the stick. You don't telegraph it at all on most wrist shots.
Like, just smashed, buddy. I didn't even have that. That probably should have been a goal. That probably should have been a penalty, I mean.
Klee skating. They've got a 3 on. Skate save on that one.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Redden plays it up to the center. White is hit hard between the two blue lines. He shoots. He scores.
Oh yeah, goal number 1.
And it's a goal, putting the home team down 1-0 and really taking this crowd out of it.
Ken Klee.
Too much open ice there in front of the net that time, and more often
Too much
than
open
not,
ice.
This
That's
is
right.
what happens.
Yeah, and that's the value of taking those initial shots. You never know when it's going to end up being the perfect setup.
Exactly. More shots on goal means more scoring.
Feels pretty good so far. I like when
And
it's
that's
faster.
exactly why you put that
Like
puck on the net.
I did bring up the speed, so it might not be a simulator lover's dream to have it this fast, but I like arcade style hockey. NHL Hits is still one of the best. So much fun to play with friends. I'm hoping that I'll get in a fight in this.
He feeds it up the left side.
You know, when you see this guy coming, you're going to go down. What a great shoulder check.
The speed and the hits of this is kind of giving me like a little bit of NHL Hit vibes, but obviously without all the arcade like lighting on fire and stuff. Ah, offside. Saw that coming.
Great effort by this home crowd tonight, even with their club down by 1.
And they're hoping that their effort will translate into at least one more goal.
The face-off taken by the Toronto Maple Leafs.
You talk about rising to the occasion. If he doesn't make this stop, they're down
Throw it
by
out,
2
goalie.
goals in the
Oh,
first
God.
period. You might not be.
Is that a penalty?
The man and got called for boarding.
Oh yeah, I guess boarding. See, this is where I'm starting to go back. I got 2? Oh no. I'm starting to go back to like the arcade style of gaming where I'm just smashing guys all the time in hockey. Hockey's probably one of the most fun sports games to play.
And the face-off is won by Toronto. Harshek makes the stop, keeping the deficit.
Where is my team at? Oh, they're probably defending.
They block it, and now Ottawa in their own zone. He passes it to the left wing.
Like, we're not playing that kind of game, team. Let's just get in there. Let's get rough.
The Leafs here in the first period.
I feel like it goes so fast.
Harry, what's giving this team the success they're having right now?
Bob, I like the way they've come out offensively here tonight, and I think it's reflected in the lead they've earned. They're doing a better job creating scoring
So far, this one's
opportunities,
a lot of fun, actually.
so
I'm quite surprised on how fun this one is. Like, there's a lot of big hits. It's nice and fast.
Wow, Bob, this guy just checked his opponent into the middle of next week.
From McCabe.
There was something fun about this, like this era of hockey games. They weren't trying to be like, they were trying to be simulation, but they were also like a lot of fun. Like you could put on arcade in NHL 22, but it doesn't feel like this.
And he's jammed the shooting lane by
Like where you got like
diving to
just
the
simple
ice.
turbo
This is a
button,
pretty good
X to
collision.
shoot.
Remember, this guy is not known for his hitting ability, but he
You
did a
got
pretty good job
Y
with
to
that open ice body
just
check.
lob it in the air. Like there's none of this stick crap, you know. Even though I don't
Big
mind this,
hit in the neutral zone.
ah,
A
sad.
bit of a risky play, but he made it count.
I'm risking it here.
Is going to be the call. They're ready in that big circle. And the face-off taken by Ottawa. Gets it over to the left wing. And on the power play, the Senators bring it in. Belfour.
And even though this is original Xbox, it doesn't work on the... I don't know if this one works on the Xbox 360. I never bothered to try, but I know it doesn't work on the Xbox One or Xbox Series consoles. Most games with licensed music won't work.
Able to send the puck out. To Smolinski from Phillips, from Smolinski over to Schaefer.
Bob, I'm not sure the guy that got hit expected it from this player, but what a super hit from the guy.
I'm just trying different buttons here to see what else can be done.
It goes to the point. The puck dinged off a player's stick and then off the glass.
Is that? I don't know what that E means. Injured maybe? No, that can't be injured. What am I thinking of?
And now Ottawa setting up in the power play. Over to Smolinski. The puck gets sent up the right side. Neuendijk will be the recipient of the delayed penalty.
I really need to. I'm going to turn off
has
penalties.
no problem getting the officials to call the cross-checking penalty. I don't like to see those either.
Let's look at this save, Bob.
Blocker save from a point-blank shot.
Like I don't like to see these types of hits. Wow, they're fun to do in these games.
But on the ice, there's so much going on. It just happened so that the goalie ended up with the upper hand on that play. But more close shots they can get. More likely,
post.
one will sneak by him.
He brings the puck through the zone. Over to the point, and Toronto was able to get it back. Penalty called for
Oh my God, man! I'm gonna have.
Let's take
I
a
know
look
600
at that
penalties
cross-check,
here.
Bob.
and we're ready for the face-off.
I'm too check happy here. I'm just smashing B every time I don't have the
The
puck,
Senators
and I really got to be a
puck
little
and will
bit
continue with the
cleaner
power
with that.
play.
I should have turned
Now
off
at
penalties,
center
but
ice.
whatever.
And
Look how
off the
fast I'm
Maple Leafs
going.
with a breakaway. Only 35 on the game clock. Harshick saves it again. Havlat controlling it at center ice.
Hit him.
Oh, and here's Ottawa for the breakaway. The buzzer sounds, and that's the end of the period.
I don't know how I can start a fight, but
1-0.
trying to start a fight.
Time to drop the puck as we start.
We still have a
the
two-man
second
advantage.
period. The face-off won by the Leafs.
It's better to go up than down.
Neutral zone. Here come the Maple Leafs with a chance. Harshick with a great save to stop the shorthanded attempt.
Probably some of the best hockey games out there would probably be like NHL hits. When I think of like good hockey games right off the top of my head, like obviously you got the simulation games, but the more fun ones like NHL hits. Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey, that game was such a gem back in the day. I wonder if it still holds up as good, but I haven't played it in a long time, but that game was a lot of fun. The first one in particular. Don't tell me I'm getting another penalty. Oh my lord. I'm going to be on a two-man advantage. Or they're going to be on a two-man advantage this entire game, probably.
The face-off won by Toronto, and there's
But you know what? I ain't stopping.
Leach getting hooked a bit. The
Yeah,
officials
give him that hook.
are paying attention.
What? He hooked me and I don't even get the
Coming in
penalty?
on the change
Or he doesn't
of
even get the
shifts
penalty?
here on the PK.
Yeah. That.
Spezza is offside on the play. And we've got
I should have looked up to
face-off
see how to start a
coming
fight. I thought it maybe would just be smashing these guys, but
up. And on the power play, the Senators bring it in.
Nice stop, Bob. We know the best penalty killer is always the goaltender. And when you're up by one, this guy makes it look good.
Another save. Gets it over to the left wing. McGillney playing physical between the two blue lines.
I don't know why like EA just can't make like a nice NHL hit style game. You know, like just make it separate. They try to make that arcade style. It's just not the same. You know, it's like Buddy says in Mr. Deeds where he's trying to make that frosty. You know, try to make it at home. It's just not the same. Just like that arcade mode for yeah, there we go, goal number 2. Just like EA, you know, like they tried to make an arcade version of hockey at one point. I remember it was like on Xbox Arcade and stuff like this, but it wasn't. It's not the same as NHL hits. Sorry to say, it's not the same. Actually, I'm not sorry to say. Make it better, EA.
They're ready now for the puck drop. The Maple Leafs go ahead.
Midway was just able to do some like wild stuff with that, you know. They're like, hey, you want to play on a pirate ship? No problem. You want to play like on an alien base? Sure, why not? How about the players get lit on fire whenever they're like on a hot streak? Sure. There's goal number 3. See, if this NHL hits, I'd probably be on fire right now. And we'd definitely be fighting by now too.
And of course, at the end of the game,
at some point, NHL hits will show up on my randomized games. And it'll be a lot of fun.
Just another example, which puts them up by 3, and we're in the second period. Not a huge amount of time for a comeback. And Toronto was able to get it back.
Let's see what else I can do with this.
Oh, and here come the Maple Leafs.
Okay.
Puck over to the
Makes
right
it
wing.
easy to like try to
Taken into
pass,
the
I guess,
zone
by clicking the right
Toronto.
joystick. I should have made them maybe a little bit harder, I guess. But that's all right. We're just seeing how this game looks, how it plays, and today.
Hasek with that pad save, and here's the 3-on-2 rush.
I mean, it feels great for original Xbox game.
Along the corner boards, Spezza gets contact.
This is one of those games that you play with buddies. You know, a couple buddies over, get the keg out, get the beers going, get the snacks flowing, the air fryer going, and you get some NHL 2K6 out and a bunch of other sports games out, and you just have a lot of fun playing them.
You do not have to have a great wrist shot when you're this close.
You can play the Halos and all that stuff, but they're not as fun to play like split screen. Like even as much as like you have that nostalgia, it's just not the same now when you play those with split screen. But like when you can find like a nice sports game to play with each other and kind of just like talk shit and all that stuff, it's fun.
Here come the Senators with a chance. shoots. He gets body check. A little off balance.
Let's see what else I can do here.
And he brings it past the blue line.
I know there's like L to modify. It's like L to modify, so I don't know what that means exactly. I wanted to try to smash that goalie after the whistle to see if maybe it would start a fight. Matt Sundin. Like I said, he's on the cover of the European and Canadian version. In the Canadian version, because there's no French on the case at all.
Here we go. The face-off to the right of the goalkeeper.
I don't know what's taking this so long. There we go.
The Maple Leafs get the puck off the face-off. What a game these guys.
I think there's extra features in this game too, and I was looking real quick on the when I was looking at the options real quick, like there is like other types of games you can play, like sort of like party mode hockey games, like where you have like 4 zones and stuff like this. It kind of looks a little bit different, but I haven't given them a try.
The Senators take control of the
It's definitely just one of those games that you find, like, if you find it at a thrift store, it's probably no more than $1.99. I wouldn't pay more than $1.99 for it. I don't even know what it's worth on price charting. Yeah, I wouldn't pay more than $1.99 for this game. You probably would see it. You'd see this game like in a lot of bundles. Probably you'd see this like if somebody was selling an original Xbox with a bunch of games. You're always going to find some sports games mixed in with those. And NHL 2K6 is probably one of them. But the case is in pretty good condition for mine, anyways.
All right, Bob, they are going to have to kill a penalty
supports
here,
double, supports custom soundtracks, high definition 480p. I'd have to get a component cable converter. I should try to look for one of those at some point, actually. Because I do have component cables for the original Xbox, and I have component cables for the PS2, and maybe the Dreamcast. Not for the GameCube, though. Anybody who follows the GameCube component cables knows that they're expensive for some reason, and I think because they have a chip built into them, and the fact that the GameCube, only the original GameCube had a component port in it, and then they eventually dropped the component port because, like, TVs with high definition at 480p was not very popular back in 2001, so they eventually dropped that to save costs, whereas the Xbox video port will use component or composite. It's just what Nintendo should have done.
Schaefer brings it up through the zone.
At least one good thing that Nintendo does is like that. Well, back then, what that they did with like the video cables is that they allowed that you could pretty much use the same video cable on your N64, your Super Nintendo, your GameCube, and it would all work. They were all the same port, so that's kind of how I guess they saved on costs. And funny enough, like there's not even. Well, I guess what I could do next time. I think that's what I'll do. I'm gonna look for a component cable converter after I'm done. Because I guess I could play on the Wii, because I have component cables for the Wii, and then play GameCube games through that. Play GameCube games through that on the component cable, play Xbox on the component cable, and play PS2 on component cable. I'm going to Amazon after this. See if I can find me a component cable to HDMI converter. Because right now I'm just using composite. It doesn't look bad. This doesn't look bad for. Except for original Xbox game, everything's good enough for me. But if I was to play it on my 65-inch TV, then we'd have some problems. There's only so much sharpness you can bring up in a TV before it looks equally horrendous. But luckily, if the game has backwards compatibility, and on the Xbox Series consoles, then you get up-res content. You get like 4K. If you're playing on a proper TV, you'd get HDR. And in some cases, some games, you get the frame rate boost. I played a couple games with frame rate boost on the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series X, and it feels great. Even HDR, it feels great.
Now the Maple Leafs are right back in there.
It's quite awesome to see that they do that now.
It's set up the left side.
It's just a shame that so many games aren't backwards compatible because of licensed music and stuff like that.
Body checked hard by Sundin.
I wish there would be like just like a patch that they can come out and they can just turn it off.
Oh my, he had a great chance to score there. It's deflected off the goalie's skate. It's sent back to the point. Sent to the left wing. Roberts, under pressure, sends it out, but no one can get to it. Down in the corner, shoots.
Hasek got this one with his goal stick. He was in the standing position and was able to make the save.
Off the glass.
Ottawa has no answers for me.
The puck up through the zone. The Senators give their forwards a rest with a shift change. Through the zone with the puck. And oh, here's Toronto with a
Let's see if I
breakaway.
can start some sort of fight.
Passes over to the left wing.
I don't know what.
At center ice.
The white button seems to just kind of just fling it away, and then black kind of makes me dive down.
Whenever you see a check like that, it always seems to hurt.
Makes me like dive down to maybe see like maybe to block the puck or something. But
the checking probably hurt his shoulder too.
There's two things I was hoping to do in this game, and that was have a fight and smash someone through the glass. It doesn't look like I'll be doing either.
He stopped him. He just got stoned on that breakaway. He centers the puck. Hasek with a stop.
And then back in the day, I used to play like NHL on the PC. I remember when I was a kid. Oh, that was a brutal hit. Back in the day. Yeah, I play NHL like 99 and stuff like this on the PC. And I wonder if I get one more with Matt Sundin that they'll do a hat trick. Like actually throw the hats out. But yeah, I play on PC, and it was so different. I remember I used to play on with just keyboard, and I used to always be trying to smash people through the glass, knock them into their bench, hit the ref. Remember, I'd always be trying to hit the ref. Let's see if I can hit the ref right now. No, he'll just get out of the way. I just do like goofy stuff like that. But because all I had was an N64, and so you pretty much were just like limited to like Wayne Gretzky's 3 hockey. Oh, I just smashed the goalie. I shouldn't have done that. And things like that. So I don't even know where my parents would get NHL on the PC. They probably got it like a burned version or something like this from somebody, and that's how we ended up with it. But
here's a good time to check out the interference call, Bob.
Oh yeah.
He was clearly trying to get away with
like, how did that not start a fight? Blasted their
No
goalie.
doubt about that, and he's going to serve some time in the box to think about it. All right, Bob, they are going to have to kill a penalty here, but not to worry. They've got a great lead going.
He's upset,
and
like,
boy,
oh man, what did I do?
PK numbers for these guys this season, you will see they are really on top of their special teams game.
The Senators take the puck on the power play.
Oh wow, okay. Senators come. They're not gonna have enough time to make a comeback, but
there's not a lot they can do with it now. And we are just about ready to resume play here. The Senators get a little patch of light with that last goal, but are really scrounging for anything here tonight to bring up their spirits. They've pulled the game to within 4, but wait, we're not playing basketball. This is hockey. With a score.
No, we played basketball a couple games ago, bud.
You're pretty much just going through,
and it went a lot worse than this.
At center. 80 checks him in the neutral zone. He feeds it up the right side.
Ty Domi.
Oh, and a chance for Toronto now.
Ty Domi's taking it in. He's going around.
Domi.
Look how fast he is.
Puck in the corner. The shot. He passes it to the left wing. It stopped. The shot deflects off the goalie. From Poitier to Schaefer.
He didn't even have the puck. Let's see if I get a goal here. Penalty. Wow, I'm surprised. I was Ty Domi. I smashed somebody. The ref wasn't paying.
Center ice. He decides to center the puck.
I'll be really curious if I have this game on Xbox 360 and
Redden,
see how it looks.
To Schaefer from Alfredson. Back to the point. He's got it along the boards. McCabe leading that odd man rush 3-on-2.
McCabe leading the odd man rush. Like, I love when they have those. Clearly, they set it in a different way. Like they record it at different times, or just doesn't line up properly.
White center ice. White gets contact in the neutral zone. He shoots. He shoots it again.
Stick save, and he had to be so quick because the puck was deflected coming through traffic.
He passes to the right side. He's got it.
Here we get Domi a goal here.
Here come the Maple Leafs, and he scores.
There he goes.
And wow, this
What a little
crowd
wizard he
just
is.
stunned here
He's
tonight.
just flying
They're
around.
watching their team get destroyed.
First
Now,
goal of the
a
game.
5-goal deficit.
Right
Team
shot
is
at the
getting
right time. Take a look
destroyed,
at the
they
replay.
said.
In this position, you really want to risk the puck. You don't have time for the slapper. Right shot selection and the right result.
Great snap on that shot, and once he found the location with a little daylight, there was no way the goaltender could make a save.
46 seconds left. And they score.
I like just
And it's now
smashing
a
into the
6-goal
the
lead.
goalie and getting
This
a goal.
building has an eerie vibe in it right now. Not a lot of excitement in the arena.
If this was realistic, everybody would just be they'd be walking out of the arena right now. Everybody's trying to rush back to their car, get ahead of the traffic. We've all heard it if we've ever been to a hockey game or I guess any sporting event. You know, let's leave at the next penalty. Let's leave at the next phase. Oh, big win. Toronto won. There it is. NHL 2K6. Nothing too wild to it. It is, like I said, it's just a generic hockey game, but it's pretty fun for an original Xbox game. I'd say it looks pretty good. No issues with it at all. Actually, I'd play this again with buddies. Like I play. What I've been doing is I put a lot of my games away and I put them into like bins and stuff. But I've been keeping a couple of them out just so they're easy access. And so a couple of games that I like to like bust out if I had people over and stuff like that would be games that I'd keep out. So I might keep this one out as well, just because it is pretty fun. It'd be fun to play with buddies, and like I said, it has other modes that you can do and stuff like that. But yeah, short stream today, nothing too crazy. I know that it's not the most exciting game to watch, but I'm hoping that game number 10 will be a little bit more exciting. So if you played NHL 2K6, let me know in the comments below, and if you're liking this series, make sure to subscribe, make sure you like, comment. Game number 10 next time, so hopefully I'll be able to stream that this weekend, and until then, guys,